Good morning, everybody. Thanks for coming to hang out with me today. Over the next couple of days, my plan is to do a bunch of food preservation. And you can see here I did a canner load, 7 quarts of our potatoes last night before I went to bed. And they are out, and I'm just making sure that they've sealed before I put them away. But my whole house is filled with food, it seems like, that I need to deal with today and in the coming days. So you can see here we've got some zucchini that was given to us by a neighbor, and it is gigantic. I don't usually let zucchini get this big. You can see here in a second next to a quart jar how big it is, but we're going to peel it and take out the seeds and then grate it, and we'll put it in the freezer for zucchini bread for later on in this year or this winter. And so that's one thing I have to deal with. And then, like I said, there's food everywhere. We have some squash from our garden, which just needs to be eaten up. We've got a few lemon squash and a zucchini, some green beans here, and I have some more in the refrigerator that need to be dealt with. A couple of hot banana peppers, and then some cucumbers. These white ones are called dragon egg cucumbers. We really enjoy those, so they just need to be tucked away. And then this whole big bag of rhubarb that I need to do something with, and I don't really do a lot with rhubarb, but today I decided I would go ahead and try to make rhubarb jam. And then potatoes. So there's one of the boxes of potatoes from the other day, and another one, and another one. They are everywhere, and we'll use some fresh eating, but a lot of it we're just gonna can. There's a bucket or a crate from the last time. This bucket is full of potatoes. You can't really see, as well as that one. Some of these are the red potatoes that we pulled from the back garden, and some of them are the Yukon Gold that we had pulled from the side garden earlier, and we need to start dealing with them. And then we have some peaches here. Some were given to us and we bought a few, but we need to get through these because we have a big order of peaches coming in just a few days. We're going to be getting 3 bushel, and then we'll go back later and get another 3 bushel. So I'm going to need to get through all of these things as well. There's just a lot to do. So here I'm starting to make the rhubarb jam. I went ahead and cut it up. It was 16 cups of rhubarb chopped up small, and then 4 cups of sugar, a cup and a half of water, and then a whole lemon. You kind of juice it, and then you put the rest of the lemon in there, and you do put the seeds in it because the seeds contain pectin. So we were doing that, and we had a little bit of rhubarb left that was just gonna be blanched and put in the freezer for later. And then it was time to move on to doing the zucchini. So I started just chopping off the ends and cutting it and peeling it, and that took a little bit of time because they were pretty big and tough, and it felt kind of wasteful to pull all of the peels and seeds out, but I just felt like we needed to. They weren't going to be very good. The skin was really tough and the seeds were really big, so we gave those to the chickens to enjoy. So then we were left with this whole pile of zucchini, and I just decided to grate it using my little rotary grater and see what we could get out of all of this zucchini that was given to us. So what a blessing. So once I had gotten all of it shredded up, it was just about this big bowl full, and so we've got that to put back and to enjoy in breads and muffins and things to add a little bit of nutrition this winter whenever we don't have as many things fresh. So the rhubarb jam is boiling and cooking down, and then I'm blanching just a little bit of broccoli over there. It's about done. And some green beans. Blanch them and put them in the freezer too. So I think this is done. It actually has cooked for half an hour longer than the recipe said it would have to. But I want to make sure it's thick. It would have been so much prettier if we'd had red rhubarb instead of green. But it'll do. We're going to test it. I just pulled this plate out of the freezer and we'll see. This is the way we do apple butter too. So put it on the frozen plate. And basically you want it to just hold its shape and not have much of a puddle of liquid around it. That looks pretty good. So we'll get this in jars and get it processed. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. We've never had rhubarb jam before. Worth a shot. So I wasn't sure that this was going to be sweet at all because it's 16 cups of rhubarb and 4 cups of sugar. And usually when you make jam, it's like equal parts of fruit and sugar. But it's actually pretty good. It's got like it does definitely have a lemony flavor to it. But it's not bad. We have the potatoes from yesterday that I did. The 4 quarts of shredded zucchini, a quart bag of blanched green beans, just a little snack-sized bag of blanched broccoli, and then we got 5 pints plus a little bit of the rhubarb jam, and now I'm going to do another canner of potatoes. The potatoes are going to be a long, drawn-out process with as many as we have, but you get my big bowls out and get the potatoes washed up. Once I wash the potatoes and scrub them really well, I don't peel them, but I'm going to boil them for just like 2 minutes and then drain them and then pack them into the jars, and that'll kill anything that's left in the skin or whatever. And then they go in the pressure canner over here for 40 minutes for quarts. So if I do a canner load every day, is usually how I do it during this time of year, then we're done before Christmas. So we're gonna do a canner of potatoes now. When I start canning potatoes, I'm just looking for any of them that have like bad spots on them that are gonna go bad quicker, or ones that have sunburn on them. I can cut that off and still get a little bit off of that. And then also just any of them that are smaller than what I want to cook with. The ones that are bigger I'll cut, and the very smallest ones I will leave as they are. So I'm going to fill this up with water and swish them around, drain it, refill it, and clean them up. And then as I pull off the bad spots, get them washed and cut, I'll put them in there while my big pot is coming to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, then I'll blanch them for 2 minutes, drain them, and then pack them in the jars. There's a canner of potatoes on, but I washed and peeled, or washed and cut too many. So we have 6 more jars ready to go in when that one is done. The second canner of potatoes is on. The first canner is coming back down. The pressure's dropping. And I'm just taking a minute to relax before, once that pressure comes down to 0, then I can move that canner off the stove and start dinner. It's kind of a weird, I don't know, this summer is weird. Maybe it's just a new normal for our family, but so this week Evie went to my parents' house, so she left yesterday, no, she left the day before yesterday, and she'll come home in another 2 days. And Alex is at camp all summer, and then Dan had to go work on Alex's car at camp, and he took Micah with him. So I only have 5 kids here this evening, so we're just gonna do mac and cheese and like steakums on wraps and some peas and carrots and call it dinner. And yeah, at the end of canning days, it's always like, do I still have to cook? So we're gonna make it easy. But it's been super hot and it hasn't rained close to a week maybe. It's been a while. And today it was like 93. Tomorrow's supposed to be 97, I think. And it looks like our severe thunderstorms that they were calling for are going to happen. I'm so excited. I don't know if you can see. I have to wait till till it picks up again. But it does. It looks like it's coming. Actually, I think it's coming, so it's raining. So we'll see. No, it's not raining yet, but I do think it's going to. I think it's going to. The garden can use water. I watered it the last 2 days with the hose, but real water from the sky would be much better. So I'm going to watch for the thunderstorm. Hopefully we get one, and make the kids some dinner and call it a day. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me, and I will see you in the next one.